This is Ultimate Soccer with Soccer Steve.
And welcome back to the Ultimate Soccer Show. Hope you had a great day. We've got loads of highlights for you, lots of good news. We're going to do it a different way again because things don't have to stay the same to be entertaining, and we don't entertain if we stay the same. So moving forward, you can see the league standings. Feast your eyes on that while I drop a few little pieces of information to you. We've got a brand new video just come out for the Sheffield United and Wrexham FA Cup 4th round replay. That's a mouthful, eh? Sheffield United and Wrexham FA Cup 4th round replay. Yeah, we do. Check the library. You'll see the video close to this one. So that's the Sheffield United FA Cup replay game. Pre-game, lots of great information, lots of great news, and you really don't want to miss that one. And it's also not just for Sheffield United and Wrexham fans, it's for the neutral too. So enjoy that one. Also, we got another video out on soccer derbies or soccer derbies, and we start with the oldest and we go through various different major world renowned, top class, passionate, crazy ass derbies from all parts of the world. Get into that one too. That's also down below, so check that out too. Now, like I say, you can feast your eyes on the standings. I only have a few things to say about what you see in front of you. Man City. How long are you going to keep losing or drawing when Arsenal drop points? You can't keep doing that. If you keep dropping points when Arsenal drop points, hand Arsenal the title. That's what I'm saying. And if you keep dropping points, then Manchester United is closing on you too. So remember, the top two places are automatic Champions League places. I think Man City's got a real reason to feel that they're getting kicked up the arse and they need to get into gear. It's not all done and dusted. I mean, it's still 5 points at the top, but you got to say, Man City need to get it going. And the recent behaviour from Guardiola, it kind of lets you feel that things are not as mellow as they were, especially with Cancelo leaving for Bayern München. Anyway, things are what they are. So look at Chelsea, look at Liverpool, still not doing good. Brighton's having a great season, and that's all I'm saying from what you can see. Now, moving along. Sheffield United, Wrexham, that big FA Cup game coming up on the 7th of Feb. I'll be watching it. I'll be bringing a post-game straight after. Bring it here, and I'll tell exactly what I see, exactly what I think. And you know, I always tell the truth. Now, interesting news now coming out of the EPL. The Glazer brothers, these pair. Sir James Ratcliffe, this man. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Manchester United up for sale. The Glazers in behind me, they're the current owners, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, is to be the new owner. Speculation says so. Anyway, just a couple of quick notes. Man United, okay, not so long ago, were worth probably $4 billion. Then recently, it's gone up to 5. Now I hear they're looking for $8 billion. Try and sell Man United again for $8 billion in the next couple of years. Good luck to that. I think you're paying money for something that you cannot sustain. Man United is not an $8 billion club. At most, 5 is ridiculous, but it just shows you that the Glazers are into Manchester United for money. Hence, that's why the fans hate their guts and want them gone. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is the richest man in Britain. I hope he gets it. I hope he gets it. And there are other partners trying to step forward, but I'm not going to mention any until they do. There's speculation too. So that's what I'm saying about Man United. Up for sale, $8 billion. Shake your head. Are they worth $8 billion? Hey, comment down below. Tell me what you think. Now, Jurgen Klopp seems to be a little bit under fire. He hasn't been fired yet, but I'm saying, is that going to be a headline that we're going to see pretty soon? I mean, let's face it, coaches get fired. I did say a couple of shows ago, in the next 5 games, 1 game gone, next 4 to go. In the next 5 games, you're going to see coaches getting fired. I'll tell you about one that did get fired already, but Jurgen Klopp, is he going to get fired? Is this going to be Jurgen's swan song? I mean, you've got to ask yourself, are the players listening to him? Have they lost the plot? Has he lost the plot? Has he lost the room? Has he lost their respect? Is it too many egos that are not getting along? Remember, Sadio Mane left for a reason, and that was on a winning team. They were great when he was there. And since Sadio Mane's gone to Bayern München, Liverpool seem to have fallen apart. So, is Jurgen Klopp going to get fired is the question. Now, moving along. Christian Atsu, ex-Chelsea, ex-Newcastle. Apparently, and let's pray that this turns out good. Apparently, he's under rubble. Apparently, so a lot of people in Turkey. Massive earthquake in Turkey. Take a moment to pray for Turkey tonight. Let's hope it turns out as good as it possibly can. But yeah, apparently Christian Atsu, big-time Premier League player, apparently he's under the rubble. Let's hope that turns out good. Young player over at Man United, little man Garnacho. Okay, a player who Man United needs to look after is this kid here, Garnacho. Doesn't look too happy there, does he, eh? He's got a reason why. And there's Harry Maguire, who subbed him out. I'll tell you what happened. 59 minutes in on the weekend, the game against Crystal Palace, Garnacho is substituted into the game. 59 minutes in, okay? So 60 minutes. Most of the game's gone. 2/3 of the game's gone. He gets subbed in as a second-half substitute. 87 minutes in the game, he gets subbed out for Harry Maguire. Now, yes, United were under the cosh a little bit from Crystal Palace. Oh, by the way, Crystal Palace, I said they would field an all-black team on the weekend against Manchester United. You go check on the on the sideline here and go check online, yeah, and go check the substitutes and everything else. Manchester United, Crystal Palace from the weekend. Patrick Vieira, black coach, fielded an all-black team at Man United on the weekend. I told you it was going to happen, and it did. Go check online. Go check up the substitutions. Nobody's talking about it. Why not? Why not? Patrick Vieira was also part of an all-black team for Arsenal back in the day. You've got to go way back. People talked about that one because it was monumental. This is not monumental? Check online, guys, if you don't believe me. Crystal Palace fielded an all-black team on the weekend. And I told you last show it was going to happen. And bingo, there you go. But staying with Garnacho, he don't look too happy there. And he don't look too happy there. And Harry Maguire getting on is the reason why. Here's the deal. He's a young player. Real Madrid want him. And if you play around with this young kid and you don't take care of him, I think there's a chance that he says, you know what, I'm going to go to Real Madrid and I'm going to go play where they want me, where I'm loved, where I'm respected. You know how you can really see young people's mojo and confidence go downhill really quick? Well, this is one of those situations where Man United better be careful, because if they don't look after him, I think he will leave. And they're in contract negotiations right now. So look after Garnacho. Treat him with some respect. This one is funny. Do you know who that is in that car? Do you know who that is in the car? That's Anthony Gordon, who recently signed from Everton to Newcastle United. His first game on the weekend did phenomenally well. Came on for a 20-minute cameo, looked brilliant. Passing was slick. He was up to it. The crowd loved him. I think he's going to fit in at Newcastle pretty good. But staying with Anthony in his £110,000 Mark 10 Mercedes, he's driving his car. And you're like, yes, Steve, he's driving the car. So what? So what? So what? He's banned from driving. He shouldn't even be anywhere near that steering wheel, not even anybody's steering wheel. He's banned from driving. Now, here's the deal on it. He recently got signed by Newcastle from Everton. Not so far apart from each other, but enough that you'd have to buy another house and move away, right? So he gets signed by Newcastle. He gets a driving ban last week as he's signing for Newcastle in the transition. So the ban mail, his driving ban, goes to his old address. And now he's up in Newcastle, up in the north of England, and that mail didn't go there. So he doesn't even know he's banned. And you know what? It was some crafty, cheeky-ass cop in a car that had the number down, checked it, and went, I can't believe it. He's banned. Oh, I'm going to have to pull him. And the cops pulled him. And now, right now, they're going through the paperwork and they're trying to sort it out, and I'm sure they will. And Anthony Gordon's girlfriend is driving that car, not Anthony Gordon. So there you go. There's a little bit of funny news for you. It's not all boring. Sometimes it's funny news in the press as well, you know, but Anthony Gordon, terrible piece of news for him. Terrible. Now, Manchester City. The news is smelling pretty bad. I think Erling Haaland has the right expression. What am I talking about? I'm talking about financial indiscretions or breaking the rules. Apparently, the word up is Man City's been breaking the rules for years. Now, just on the side note, when you see Man City, how they assembled all these massive players, the best players, the most expensive, they spent the most money kind of thing, and only the agents know how much the wages really are, you know. But When you look at what they assembled in such a short time and the trophies that they've won, and breaking the rules for years, apparently, and it's not the first time they've been audited or investigated, maybe it's all going to come to a head. Now, cast your minds back briefly. Recently, Juventus in Italy got a 15-point deduction for breaking the rules financially. Years ago, Juventus was sent down a league for match fixing. They went to Serie B from Serie A. So fought right away. Then you're bringing it forward to Man City now. So Man City breaking the rules financially, not playing by the rules, yada, yada, yada. Are they going to get a point deduction? They could do. And if they get a point deduction, what does that do? It gives Arsenal the title. Absolutely gives Arsenal the title, unless by some freak Man United can track them down. But if Man City get a point deduction, season over. They then will battle to try and get either third or fourth place in Champions League. But the repercussions for Man City, if they do get a point deduction, if it is true, is it could have players leave, and it could be the end of Guardiola at Man City, in my opinion, because he doesn't want a mid-table team. He wants to be the top-table team. So the implications are massive. And it's a case of, if it comes through that they are guilty, wow, that could be absolutely earthquake news for Man City. It could be devastating for them, considering where they were and where they've come from and what they built. If you take all the trophies away from them, like they did with Juventus when they were demoted, per se, it's got an interesting storyline written all over that one. Keep it here, I'll let you know. Moving along now, coach is getting fired. One coach has recently been fired. Yep. And these are three guys that they're thinking of lining up. They also thought about lining Bielsa up. What are we talking about? We're talking about Leeds United, and we're talking about Sully Marsh. Sully Marsh, not the greatest numbers. When he started, Montreal Impact, his numbers were 33%. He then went to New York Red Bulls, and his numbers went up pretty good. He went to 49.6% as a winning coach. Then he went to Red Bull Salzburg, and his numbers went through the roof, 68.9%. Numbers like Arsene Wenger, Jose Mourinho, Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, those kind of guys. Yeah, massive numbers. Then he went to Red Bull Leipzig, and that's in East Germany, and his numbers went down to 38.10%. And since he's gone to Leeds United, his numbers have gone down to 29%. And you got to say, when you win 11, draw 10, lose 16, the only 29% win record, you're not going to keep a team in the league. Right now, I say this much. Everton, for me, may well pip Leeds United for that last relegation spot. And what I mean is, Leeds are going to fall into the drop zone, the relegation zone, and probably join Bournemouth and Southampton for relegation at the end of the season. Right now, with Sean Dyche and the loss of Jesse Marsh at Leeds, I see that there's a transition there. And I think that Everton may well have the confidence from the win, the good feel with the new coach, and a new direction, bringing them up above Leeds into safety. It's a notion what I'm thinking right now. I think Leeds needs to get a guy in the job ASAP. Otherwise, I think it's relegation written on Leeds instead of Everton. That's what I'm thinking. So, guys, last piece of news we're going to leave you with is a lovely bit of news about Gareth Bale. He finished his first round PGA as a golfer only days after retiring from football, from soccer. Kind of amazing how quick it's been, but I guess he really is pretty much of a dab hand golfer. So, you know what? Let's keep it here. Let's see what he does. Am I a big golf fan? Not really. My brother's a fanatic, and I know a lot of fanatics where I live who are golf fanatics, and they're like, Steve, come golfing. I'm like, no, it's too slow for me. I need to be doing stuff. I like to keep moving. And keeping moving, don't forget, coming up Feb 7th, Sheffield United taking on the Wrexham. It's going to be a phenomenal game. I'm going to be watching it. I hope you are too. And remember, if you've got a comment about anything we touched so far, drop a comment down below. Please like, subscribe, and like. Hit the notification button and share it around. We get ready for the FA Cup game. Get ready for more news. We'll put another big show out towards the end of the week, Friday night football. And we'll line you up for the weekend and all the news breaking. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. And I really do hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I hope you come back for more. And if you did, please like it. And remember, you're the reason why we do this. Cheers.